On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we are back with my new to me 2004 Monte Carlo fake SS that we have been trading up from a $94 pump to a four-wheeler to this car. How far can we go? What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today, like I said, we are back with the Monte Carlo. Yesterday, we got this thing home, and I took you on a tour of it, and today, we are going to clean this thing up because it's an absolute mess. In the last video, of course, I showed you guys that it has been hit on every corner. The bumper, the driver fender has the worst of it. Of course, it's caved in, and then over here, the plastic bumper's crushed. You know, things that we can't really fix easily. That's a bumper replacement with how dented that is. But we took a look at how bad this car was, and today we're gonna start turning it around. So let's get in here. First things first, I'm gonna start detailing this car. We can't go too far with the detail because honestly, every carpet needs extracted. I don't even have a carpet extractor. You need one of those industrial ones to do a job that's as bad as this, but it's nasty inside. It's an absolute biohazard. So let's jump right into cleaning out the interior. To make it safe, at least. I don't often need gloves to do interior tours, but this car is a special case because of things that I've seen in the back that we haven't gotten to yet. But interestingly, it comes with shims. Usually I'd keep the shims, but because this car is nasty and has mold on the shims, I will not be keeping those and using them in my house. Anything else in here that's interesting? Just a bunch of trash, right? Receipts, candy, Dylan's receipt, nothing impressive yet. Quite a bit of change. I see some dimes and stuff like that. Maybe we'll find like a diamond earring in here and it'll make it all worth it. I think that's enough in the door panel. I'm gonna let the vacuum get the rest of it. Let's go ahead and flip this seat forward and we'll start at kind of a rear tour after I pull the seat belt out of here. We have an empty bottle of power steering fluid in the back. We have the Kansas staple, or if you watch Elliot Elvis, you do know about the Kansas staple there. A seal for something that's probably important, but I guess we're throwing that away. Gatorade bottle, some acetaminophen, some bags, and all of these bags are, everything back here is covered in oil. I think all that power steering fluid leaked, and then this mystery fluid that looks like eggs, that's going straight in the trash. Honestly, after the egg one, I feel a little sick. I don't know if I should keep going on this tour. There's another awesome option we have, which is push it outside and light it on fire. At this point, I would love to take that option. I didn't realize how bad this was gonna be. But we got some film in here, which is interesting. Man with dog, or man with bunny rabbit. Oh, it's a goat. Man with goat. Man with goat in this car. It all checks out now. The one cool thing about this is it has a button for the rear passengers to let themselves out. That's kind of nice and not something you find on every car with a big back seat like this. Woo-wee! Jackpot! Okay, I don't know why I said jackpot. None of this is any good. Lint roller, glasses. Is this a pumpkin spice air freshener? Never even seen that one before. And more glasses, missing a lens, of course. Nothing of value yet, let's keep going. Honestly, I have too many of these. I think they're all gonna go in the trash. Ice scraper, broken ice scraper, hood prop. Oh wait, this is an expandable broom or something like that, isn't it? It's like a broom handle. But also a hood prop, honestly. A pretty good hood prop if you ask me. Well, the floor in the back is way less nasty after cleaning up those few things. That got most of it out of there, but the front is still an absolute pigsty in here, guys. This is horrific. So down here, there's still tons of stuff in the center console that we can't even see. I did see a tire gauge in there, so that's something. We got some Maybelline, we've got some candied apple, not sure what it is, but it's up there, and a bunch of money. The manual's in here, so that's something. And then antifreeze, always a bad sign. And the top of how does that go on there? The top of our center console, and then some pretty wild aviators. These ones are stylish, I'll give them some credit. They're going in the trash, but they're stylish. As you guys know, I would normally wait and do a detail with like a before and after so you can see the difference that we make in the car, but this thing is so nasty and I do need to be able to get in and out of it to troubleshoot that I just went ahead and started cleaning up some of the trash, or all of the trash, honestly. I just threw away everything in there except for the receipt for the one new front tire, of course, that they paid $77 for. So now we know what happened with the front tire situation. Let's go ahead and open the trunk and go look at that. So the trunk does still release, that's something. And if we come back here, she should open right up. And for some reason, I mean, it would only make sense. Wow, that's not supposed to happen, that's for sure. The trunk struts don't exist, and the hinges are kind of ruined. I think this turnbuckle is set up wrong, or it's bent. But yeah, both hood struts are completely broken out. Trunk struts in this case, I guess. So just fixing those would probably solve a lot of the problems back here. But we did get a free ratchet. That's something. Not a ratchet you want to use. Taiwan. It actually appears to be locked up. So I guess it's not something. It's just scrap iron. And that's where that is headed now. Let's see what we have here. We have a spare tire with a bent rim. Honestly, impressive amounts of damage. The spare tire holder, a little magnet, some Christmas wrapping paper there, a jack that's covered in grease, I guess. I don't even know why it's in a bag. The jack handle, and a car charger from old school. Something very old school. Jumping right in, the back is all cleaned up now and looking much better. Spare tire put away, everything vacuumed out, tools put up. So that didn't take long at all, and the back is acceptable. No more trash in there. And all I really wanted to do was see what was back there, but it turns out it's all bad. If it gets hood struts, it might fix the back of the trunk too. I don't know for sure, but it might. And honestly, since we're back here, I'm gonna go ahead and pop those hood struts off and see if that helps the trunk shut. And sometimes, you guys know, you can just cheat. Just like that, see? Especially when the car is worthless and the plastic breaks, you can sometimes just pull that maneuver off without even pulling the clips. And I mean, I'm not hurting anything on here, that's for sure. So let's try, throw that one down there. We'll try one more time. We'll get in a good position. There it is. Did we fix the trunk? That's the million-dollar question. Nope, not at all. It's just horrible. They must have gotten hit in the back too. I think it's a front and a rear. Now we're making some progress. We've got most of the detailing figured out. It's time to start on body work. Everything in here belongs in quotes. The detail, the body work. But I'm gonna try to clean up the fender so we can actually open this driver door beyond this point right there where it binds up on the fender. So let's get in here with some improper tooling and do a little work on this driver fender. That's something, right? It's not the worst thing that's ever been done. All right, let's try opening up the door. Look at that, no noises. Okay, the hinges actually make noise themselves, so the hinges could be replaced. Every part of this car could be replaced, let's be honest. It's 200,000 very, very rough miles, but we have a driver fender that looks better for how bad it was. Now that we've completed our body work, we'll move on to some other important things here. Honestly, I should put a wiper blade on it. I might make a quick O'Reilly's run to pick up some wiper blades just because they're cheap and it'll keep the windshield from getting absolutely obliterated. You can see it's already got some wear marks on it. It needs a windshield too, but if I just put wiper blades on it, the rain guards, it would save it from being destroyed any further until Not me. Somebody puts a windshield in this car. But before we go after the wiper blades, let's grab our Autel, hook it up to the car, and see just how bad it is. So we already know what lights were on the dash from the first video, right? It was like, it still shows that there's a charging failure, which is funny because everything seems like it's connected on the alternator. It shows low washer fluid, which probably true. It could be a broken tank. A lot of times it is on older GM stuff. And it could, of course, just be empty, right? Somebody just used it. And then, of course, it shows it needs an engine oil change immediately, which I'm sure is true based on the color I've seen coming out of the oil leaks. And also, it shows, what else here? We got battery, security. Security is a funny one. The key's great. We're starting the scan right now. Low washer fluid. Oh, headlight out. High beam out. It's nice that it shows that. Door ajar. That's basically it. Really nothing crazy on the dash, right? Everything on the dash is stupid stuff. Nothing that's going to hurt drivability of the car. But let's get this scan going. All right, we have only one powertrain light. Look at that. That's crazy. I was expecting it to have a million codes set, and in a second here we'll figure out exactly what this one code is. Look at the BCM is incredibly mad. Everything else is coming out green. The thing is, it just doesn't have any sensors, so it doesn't actually know what's wrong with it. In modern cars, I really don't mind at all seeing, like, you know, you fire up a McLaren, it's like 124 codes, and you're like, yeah, it checks out. I mean, something went wrong with every sensor at one point, and it logged it for months. And, you know, you get in older Hyundai Kia where they're, you know, a little more conservative with their setting of the check engine light. And if that check engine light's set, something is probably actually wrong with the car. But you get in BMW, Mercedes, whatever, just expect there to be at minimum 45 codes if the car's running and driving, right? And it's no big deal. I mean, only a couple of them actually matter to you, but let's take a look at the report here and see what we get. Odometer reading is 9999999 kilometers. Crankshaft position sensor circuit, not misfires. That's our one code, is CKP sensor circuit, and it is a current DTC and it failed last time. So it must be running on the cam position sensor or something like that. If it's running just fine and we have a crankshaft error there. Retained accessory power circuit low, backup lamps control circuit low. I bet they're burnout. Daytime running lamp low, passenger compartment dimmer high, left hand daytime running lamp filament open. All the light bulbs are burnout. It's got 200,000 miles on it, all right? All the light bulbs are burnout. Left front door only unlock, high and low. All door unlock, high and low. These are all history too. They really almost all could have come from the battery being disconnected. Keep alive memory reset. These are all history. Audio output. There's a problem with the amplifier because that's head unit off and this is on and that's turned up all the way up. Nothing happens. And that's a station. I know that much. We could try to put a CD in it, but I think the radio is just dead. So there's no current codes for the radio or the amplifier not working. It could actually be a blown fuse to the amplifier that's in the rear deck. These do have a pretty reasonable amplifier and probably sound okay, even though it's not Bose because it's not loaded. Battery low voltage, here we go. Of course, we were expecting battery low voltage. And 2 airflow circuit 7 control codes. And they're both current. They say they're history, but they look current. So I'm guessing that's one of the blend door motors there. But that's really it. Nothing crazy here. It's all the codes. I'm going to clear them, but that crankshaft position one's coming back first key cycle. If it's actually a current code, it'll reset by the time the code's clear and I crank it. It should have that crankshaft position sensor code back. So it probably needs one, you know. Maybe it's a broken wire down there. Really not sure what. But every code cleared. I'm surprised. Usually newer cars won't even let you clear the codes. They all cleared. It's kind of funny. It's running very well after clearing the crankshaft position sensor code. Let's give it a rev. High idle. Ah, there's idle recovery. I should have left the code set, it ran better with it. She's trying to figure out what's going on. Why there's a discrepancy between cam and crank timing. In a minute it'll fail again and it'll run better than it is right now. Before we go on a mission to buy a headlight bulb, let's take a quick look here. It looks like the filament is smoked in this bulb. It's a 9005, but just before we send it, let's make sure we've got power here. It looks like we might, because it tried to flicker. 2 volts, I don't like that. Maybe I just don't have a good connection here at the connector. It's fine, the meter was on, this meter is that Temu one. And when it's on, when you select AC, sometimes it's on DC, and you really have to play with the multifunction switch on it. So we do have power here. All we need is a new bulb, washer fluid. We might as well just try it. Let's put washer fluid in it and see what happens. The washer fluid fill was not attached. And it could still be broken too, but yeah, this is supposed to have a little push fastener that keeps this guy right over here like that so you can actually access it. Okay, washer fluid, wiper blade, high beam. That's our shopping list for O'Reilly's. Let's run down there and grab those 3 things, and hopefully we're, you know, most of the lights off the dash. That's what we're going for here, is getting all of the little things knocked out, and we can move on to figuring out this power steering hose or changing the oil. Also, while we're at it, ugh, that oil is ugly. It has not been changed in a long time. It's black. I gotta wipe that off and check it for real, because based on the puddles it leaves behind, it's probably low. This might blow your mind, but the oil wasn't low. And also I should have at least given them some props for these headlights are quick release on the Monte Carlo. On the Grand Prix, they are not, and it takes like 30 plus minutes. I have a video showing you how to change the headlights on a Grand Prix. One of the earliest videos on the channel, and it still has tons and tons of views because everybody needs to know how to get the headlights out of the Grand Prix. Monte Carlo, seconds. All right guys, we've made it to O'Reilly's. Let's grab some parts. I gotta put it all on the bike because I'm an idiot. This is what you call poor planning. All right guys, thank you. Have a good one.
Take care, brother.
Later. How do we get all of this home on the knobby? You hold it in your hands and you ride. I know people love to say it's not possible, but all of this was $21, the price of one normal wiper blade. And these actually do last for a long, long time. And pretty much everything but my truck I put rain guards on. The truck has factory beam blades, so I put the beam blades on it. We're gonna go ahead and throw in our new bulb, which should knock the high beam bulb error off the dash, and then we'll put on these wiper blades, fill up the windshield washer fluid, and let's just see. Can we have no lights on the dash until that check engine light comes back after we take this thing for one quick drive? It'll be like, ah, here I am. I'm back to play. All right, let's see what we've got here. Now we've filled up the washer fluid, wiper blades, headlight. Okay, door jar. Good, good. Battery, I'll take it. High beams. Yep. There are now 2 lights, and then change engine oil is back. Let's start this thing up. That power steering pump sure is annoying. But look at that. Let's get back out of the high beams there. Wow. Even the battery light shut off. Maybe I was just thinking the battery light was on and it was shutting off every time after it started up. Idle seems like it might be getting better. Not bad, not bad. Ah, check engine light's back. I figured it would be. We're solving one problem after another on the Monte Carlo. I was like, well, let's figure out why the key doesn't work, because in the first video, of course, I tried the key while we were at Kyle's and nothing responded. And I just went over and used the TPMS tool, which can read the frequency from your key fobs, and there's no response from this key fob at all. I even went into fob programming in the car and tried to resync it, and it was dead. So then I went and checked it in the toolkit, and it's a dead key fob. So we've solved another problem. Luckily, those are only a few dollars on the internet. It's usually $20 for 2 new key fobs. So that's another problem solved. Now, why doesn't the radio work? I gotta look into that. Well, we'll keep chasing down Monte Carlo issues in the next video, or we'll have already made a much better trade for this car here in the next handful of minutes, because a guy already reached out to me about this car and wants to come look at it right now. And I was like, all right, I mean, feel free. It's not nice, but I do think it will probably drive across country with no issues. It would just be miserable. That's my take on this car right now. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time, when hopefully we've traded this for something with a V8. That's the plan. And it's something you guys have seen before. So that's really the only reason I was like, yeah, I'll do this. So let's keep the trades going. That's all I'm saying.